I think most teachers got into this career out of a deep need to make a difference. We hear that term, make a difference, thrown around a lot, and I really believe that that drives most teachers into the profession.
I started teaching 17 years ago. I actually ended up, my first position was at the school that I did my student teaching in, and then we transferred to Texas 7 years ago, and this is the only district that I've worked in Texas, and I'm very pleased that I landed in Round Rock ISD.
So this is my 8th year, and I've had a ton of experiences. I love Round Rock ISD. I actually am a product of it. And there are these teachers who made such a difference and took time, and you could tell they were dedicated and loved coming to work and really wanted us to go out and make a difference. And when I really thought about what I wanted to give back as my life career, I was really torn between nursing and teaching. And I guess my fear of needles sealed the deal.
Teachers don't go into the profession because of accolades, because of high pay, because of power. They go into the profession because they're humble servant leaders. Their daily acts repeated with children impact our future.
There was a teacher that inspired me in middle school, and he was the only teacher that ever asked me if I realized I was smart. And he said, you know, you're smart enough to go to college, and that was unheard of. I was first generation college student. And years later, he recognized me by face, could call me by name immediately, and he was always asking, have you gone to college yet? I'm going into teaching and you inspired me, and it's because of you. And I just, this huge, 6'5" man just tearing up, and it was a wonderful memory.
My mom was a teacher, and so I'm sure she hated it, but I loved the days that she would let me go to her classroom on the weekends. She said I would always rearrange it. And then she'd have to go back on Monday morning and put it back. So I'd always had played teacher, and I think there was always that desire to help someone.
But I keep that lesson to heart, that it was just one person asking that one question that changed the trajectory of my path and my career.
Teachers are throwing pebbles in a pond every year. So when you think about a pebble going into a pond, there's a ripple that goes out from that impact that occurs in the classroom. So while teachers may never see the fruits of their labor at the end of a child's journey with us in Round Rock, they truly do have long-term impact similar to a ripple in a pond on a child's life.
There was no class in college about real life teaching, I still look back at my first year of teaching and I'm like, you poor things, I had no idea what I was doing. But then it's you get that email from a parent or they run into you at the store and you had my kid 5 years ago. And they just go on and on and on.
And I see students now, I've been teaching 17 years, they're in their early 30s, and they'll run up to me, but they're so excited to see me and to tell me what they've been doing, and a couple of them have gone into teaching, so then I had that full circle moment and I teared up.
Teaching is a challenging profession. We have students who come into the classroom at all different academic levels with all kinds of social and emotional needs, with baggage that we maybe can't even see in the classroom, yet teachers reach them all. A teacher who is gifted and amazing knows that the ultimate goal is to reach every student, regardless of what they come into the classroom.
I read a book just recently called The Wild Card, and one part of the book that really stuck with me is they talk about how in the game of life, kids have no control over the cards they're dealt. Whether they come from high SES, low SES, where they come from a 2-family home, blended family, they aren't in control of that. But what we as teachers have is that wild card to make a difference for them. And I think if we really create safe, nurturing, non-threatening places for kids, their story will come out.
Words have the power, to be positive or negative. So I'll try to use them very carefully and try to make sure that as much as I can, they're positive and they're inspirational and they're encouraging.
In Singapore, the teachers are viewed as nation builders. And I think that's a great way to view teachers, because truly it does impact not only our local community, the state, the nation, the world, but teachers are building our future through their actions every day. And while on a day-to-day basis it may be difficult to see that when teachers are interacting with one single child, that child may be our president someday, and we just don't know where that child's going to go with the work that the teacher has done with that child.
Teaching is a very difficult position, the day-to-day, the long hours, but it is absolutely worth it. You're going to have times when you're going to see students that you've taught in the past that come up to you and hug you and you realize you've made a difference. You're going to have days when you inspire your peers. It is worth the time and it is worth the tears, and you have made the right decision for your personal life. When you walk into the classroom and you look at those faces, remember that's why you're there.
I'll never forget my first year teaching. I had a tough one and working with mom and admin, and I was trying all these things, and mom wrote a note that said at this point in time he'll never be able to thank you for all the work that you've done, but I want to thank you. And I still have that note because you want to do what's best for kids. You want to meet them where they're at.
For our Teachers of the Year this year, congratulations and thank you for being part of our Round Rock ISD One family. Your investment, the ripples in a pond that you're creating, truly makes a difference for not only our community, but our state, our nation, and our world.
This honor that's been bestowed on you by your peers is not to be taken lightly. It is truly reflective of all the hard work and hours and time that you put into your classroom, into your students, into your lesson plans. It is a reflection of you and your dedication to your profession.
You guys are the reason that education is moving mountains for kids. You guys are the ones who come in each and every day early, stay late, do the extra, and all that work is paying off not only for your kids, but for your campus and for education.
To teach is to touch the future. You will live forever through the lives you impact. Teachers are a positive force for good in a world that desperately needs it. You are heroes.